Hi there, insomnia group members. Just recently I asked you what causes your insomnia, and over 170 of you participated in the poll, taking their time to answer that question. So big thanks from my side for doing that. And today I'm going to walk you through the results, share the results with you, and we are also going to dive into the top two causes that summed up for around about 50% of the votes. And I'm going to hand over a couple of very applicable tools and techniques that you can use to get started to improve your sleep quality right now, today. So my name is Michael Hildebrand. I'm a sleep coach. I've been working as a cognitive behavior therapy coach, as an NLP practitioner, master practitioner, which are all fancy names for tools and techniques and frameworks to help us alter our behavior. And I focus these things on improving sleep quality. And not to spoiler what the top two causes of insomnia are right now at this point, but they're both related to our behavior. So I'm sure a lot of you, probably all of you, will be able to pull out some kind of value out of this video. Before we get started, if you watch the video and you have a problem to apply the things that I share with you, I'm also offering the first five that comment sleep underneath this video a 15-minute free 15-minute consultation call with me. And my promise for you is you're going to leave this call with clarity. You will know exactly how to apply a method that you're not sure what you should do, or that you need a little bit of inspiration on how to implement that into your personal life. Or you're going to leave with clarity what you should do to take the next step to improve your sleep quality. Because at times this can be really overwhelming, and especially if we feel tired, feel exhausted, and ask Google, it can be quite overwhelming. So if you need that clarity, if you're watching that video, that's my way to thank you for taking your time, not only for replying to the poll, but also for taking your time to watch this video. And now let's get started. So in regards to the results, I've got them here. Let's just have a look at what you answered. So 1% of the people said menopause is actually causing my insomnia. Another 5% come up with hormones, which could be related to menopause too. Hyperarousal, my wife's noises, very honest reply here. Yep, partners in bed can have an impact on our sleep. No clue, 8% have no clue. So that could be a good thing that we could discuss in a call too, because it's so important to know the cause of insomnia to be able to apply the right things, the right steps to improve our sleep quality, right? The good news is 92% of you know the cause, have a good feeling for what the cause is, and that's actually a great starting point. So emotional trauma, medication, side effects of medication, a big thing too. 11% voted for pain, which is my personal experience. My personal cause of insomnia years ago was pain, a slip disc, leaving me with tremendous amounts of pain. And even though we don't have the time to dive into that topic deeper, if you're suffering from pain, the very first step is to stop fighting the pain. Very counterintuitive, very hard at the beginning, but stop fighting the pain, embrace the pain, accept it as what it is. And that helped me to actually take the first step, let me fall asleep faster, and also find back to sleep when I woke up due to pain. So, but now let's dive into the top two causes of insomnia. And these are the two things that we're gonna take a little bit more time today to digest and to figure out what we can do to actually improve those things, to take the first steps back towards deep resting sleep. Number two, with 20% of the votes, is overthinking rumination. Overthinking, a big topic that most of us can rely at times to. And the very first thing, that's true for all behavioral things that we want to change, is that we need to appreciate that this behavior has a positive, maybe still has a positive aspect to our lives. So overthinking might be a good thing, because at least we're thinking, right? A lot of people, we could argue nowadays, don't think at all. So overthinking has good aspects. We might come up with better solutions. We might come up with things that we want to avoid by thinking. And now when it turns against our sleep, is the point when we kind of get out of control. We lie in bed, thoughts spin around. 80% I would say for you, these are negative thoughts, worries, angers, guilt, whatever it is for you. 20% might even be positive thoughts like, oh, so excited, what do I want to do tomorrow? Well, how can I tackle this thing? Like, it doesn't matter. It's out of control and it's keeping our minds busy, preventing us from falling asleep. So, acknowledge that this behavior is good for you at times. And now, what do we want to do to stop overthinking, to stop letting overthinking harm our sleeps? Number one, we want to shut down complete. So, how do we do this? A very good starting point is 1 hour before you go to bed to decide that you're going to shut down complete. Really, literally say to yourself, I'm going to shut down complete. I don't want to think about all of the crap that went on, anything that's going to be tomorrow. I just want to be here with me, with myself, with my family maybe. Number one, make that decision. Number two, brain dump. Anything that's going on in your mind, take a journal, take a sheet of paper, take a pen, do it really old school and write things down. Don't overthink what you're doing here, just get started. Take a sheet of paper and a pen, write down things, write anything down that's going through your mind that will help you to get these thoughts onto a sheet of paper. And you can take 2 minutes, it can also take 20 minutes. You take your time until nothing wants to get written onto that sheet of paper. And what will happen is that you will feel that you're a little bit detached. Now it's on a sheet of paper, it's out of your brain. You appreciate that it's there. It's there for a reason, right? And if there's anything highly important popping up in your mind that you want to tackle the next day, you can just plot it down on that sheet of paper and you know you're not going to forget it. So when you go to bed, avoid any distractions, any entertainment. So quit watching TV, playing around with your mobiles, social media, news. You want to get that out of your life in the last hour before you go to bed. That's shut down complete. No external entertainment, distractions whatsoever. Then when you hit the bed and you go to bed, you really want to tap into the feeling of gratitude. So think about a couple of things that you're thankful for. First off, gratitude is proven to let people that practice gratitude over a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks only, sleep around about 30 minutes more on average. 30 minutes. That's nearly as much as you'll get with sleep medications on average. So people that practice gratitude are proven to sleep longer, be 25% happier, exercise more. It's just massive. So that's number one. That's what science says. The other thing is, if you tap into the feeling of gratitude, now when you're lying in bed and you're trying to sleep, or it's time to fall asleep, then you will notice that you cannot be worried, you cannot be angry, you cannot be excited. Gratitude is this wonderful state, wonderful, calm, humble state where you just feel this level of fulfillment, connectiveness, safeness that we need and that will really promote a good night of sleep. So that's overthinking. And now let's move on to the number one cause of insomnia when it comes to our poll. And that's what 28% of you voted as the main reason for their insomnia. You might want to take a guess. And if not, in 2 seconds, you're going to know, because it is stress. And I believe we can all relate to stress and how this harms our sleep, but it doesn't only harm our sleep, it also harms our health and well-being. So it's definitely worth tapping into that topic. So what do we want to do when it comes to stress? Number one, we're going to start at the exact same spot where we did for overthinking. That's true for all things when it comes to our behaviors. We need to acknowledge and appreciate that this behavior, this thing that's happening and going on in ourselves, is good depending on the context. So there are times where it's good for us to be stressed. It makes us more active, like sharp. It makes us brave. It helps us with many things. What's not good is when we're stressed over longer periods of time. And that's also true for the good stress. Like you probably heard about bad stress, like negative stress. We're tense and we're like And the good stress, we're jacked up. It's true for both kinds of stress, that it's not good if we're running on that level over the entire day. So the first thing that we actively want to do is to become aware when this is happening, because that's actually the thing that's really hard to notice when we're in that feeling of being stressed over the entire day, like when it gets our second nature to be stressed. So we want to become aware, and the way, or good way, or simple way I'm handing over to you right now is to simply set a timer. You can do it if you've got a little fitness tracker. You can set a 15 or 30-minute timer. You can have one in your mobile, and every time that timer fires, you want to check in to your body. You want to check in and see, do I feel stressed? And if, and also if not, there's one thing that you can do to reduce stress instantly, and that is to take a deep breath through your nose into your belly. When we're stressed, we frequently or typically have a very fast and shallow breath up in our chest. So what we want to do now is to breathe in through our nose slowly, into our belly. Keep our breath up here, like for 1, 2, 3 seconds, and then breathe out slowly. And you repeat that 2, 3, 4 times, and you will instantly feel how stress levels drop. So it's going to help you to drop stress levels. It's going to help you to become aware over time when you're getting stressed, so that you do not need the timer at some point. You just feel, oh, something's going on, and you can instantly do that breath exercise. Good thing about this exercise, you can do it literally anywhere. You can do it in a meeting, you can do it sitting at your desk, you can do it riding your car, you can do it everywhere. So that's a very powerful technique. There's another technique if you're into meditation that can be very helpful here, and that's the progressive muscle relaxation technique by Jacobson. It's a meditation where you lie down and you literally run through your entire body, bringing tension into certain body parts, becoming aware that you're putting tension into these body parts, like your fist, your arm, your shoulder, and you're going to move through your entire body, and then you're loosening that tension and you're focusing on that relaxation. A very powerful tool to get us become more aware of what's going on in our bodies when it's actually happening. So I'm going to drop you a little link underneath this video so that you can check out an introduction to the progressive muscle relaxation if that's interesting for you. And these are two very, very good things to become aware, to train yourself to become aware when you're getting stressed and to release that stress. The third thing that I want to add is to move your body. That's a thing that can and will reduce stress levels too. If you run, if you bring tension into your muscles, but that's a thing that you cannot do everywhere. Like if you're sitting in a meeting, obviously you cannot work out, but if you're in your office, if you're working in the home office, if you are done with work, if you have a lunch break, you can definitely do so, and that's going to help you to bring down these stress levels. So on top of that, I will add stress and overthinking often go hand in hand, and if you feel stressed, then probably it's a very good idea to also implement the things that I mentioned when it comes to overthinking, like plotting down, shut down complete, then plotting down your thoughts into a journal, and practicing gratitude when you're lying in bed, because being stressed and feeling grateful are things that definitely do not work at the same time. And as this video is coming to an end, I want to ask you to consider hitting the like button if you found there's value in this video. That is going to help Facebook to show this video to other group members that it might also be helpful for. So that said, don't forget to apply for the 15-minute call if that's interesting for you. You took your time in this video to follow me, and my thank you is that I'm handing over 5 spots, 5 15-minute spots to you. First come, first serve. Just drop a sleep into the comments and I'm going to come back to you. These calls are just around value for your specific situation. No sales, no obligation, nothing, just pure value. And we're going to figure out, that's my promise for you, what you should be focusing on right now, right now, to improve your sleep quality step by step by step. So I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Until then, have a superb sleep.